Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jenny. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I got this eye makeup look that you see me wearing right now. I am seriously so freaking obsessed. I love this eyelid color and I cannot wait to show you how I got this eye makeup look. And also the reason why I am even more excited is because I'm gonna be using the new Misunderstood Palette from Colourpop in collaboration with Disney Villains. And this is what the palette looks like. This palette, I mean, is so freaking stunning. So I'm gonna show you all of the swatches from this palette and also how I got this eye makeup look. So if you're interested, then please continue watching. Alright guys, so today's video is not really gonna be a review on that collection because the only item that I actually got is the Misunderstood palette. So we are gonna be talking about this palette. Of course, I'm gonna be showing you all the swatches from this palette. Those shades are so pretty, and I'm also gonna be showing you how I got this eye makeup look that you see me wearing right now. So let's go ahead and do the swatches, and then we're gonna jump into the eye look. And lastly, I'm gonna come back with my thoughts on this palette. Okay, to start off, I'm using my Sigma eyeshadow base. Feel free to use anything of your preference. You can use concealer, anything works. And the first shadow I'm using from the palette is Tragic, and I'm only using this shadow to slightly set the eyeshadow base. Next, I'm using Devious, and with this one, I'm gonna start giving dimension to my crease. So I'm pretty much applying it all over the eyelid, but make sure that in the crease it's well blended because this is gonna be the base and background of the eye look. I am actually happy that they included this shadow as opposed to a typical warm brown. Next, I actually had to go in my Sigma Viper eyeshadow palette to use this green Malevolent matte shade because the Misunderstood palette didn't have a matte shade like this one. And I'm using this dense eyeshadow brush to slightly pack this green shadow in the crease because you want to concentrate the color the most that you can. So I'm slightly tapping and kind of like stamping the eyeshadow all along the crease. Don't feel afraid to pack on the color because I'm gonna slightly blend it after. So now I grab a clean eyeshadow blending brush and I'm slightly diffusing both the green and the Devious shadow that we applied first. For a more precision, I did switch to a even smaller blending brush because I do want this transition to be somewhat smooth, but at the same time you will see the difference in colors. Now I'm using concealer to cut the crease. You can use any type of concealer, and this time I'm cutting the entire crease. So I am dragging the concealer far out, almost like if I was creating a wing, but with that concealer. Next, I'm using this lime green Diablo shadow from the palette. I decided to apply it with my finger as always. I just prefer to do that because you get the most pigment out of shadows, but I was very surprised at the pigmentation of this shadow. It's honestly so freaking beautiful, and I did use a makeup brush once I got to the crease line for more precise application. But I am applying this green shadow pretty much in the entire lid. Just on the outer part of the eye, I will be using this deeper green shadow. I think it's called facile. Don't quote me on that. I tried my best, but I just flipped the brush to the other side and I went ahead and applied this shadow towards the outer part of the eye. I basically wanted to create a gradient effect with the greens. I think it came out really nice. I really love how it looked, and obviously we're gonna do the cleanup after. Right now, just worry about applying it on this outer part because I will do a wing liner, for which I'm using my Sigma gel eyeliner in the color Wicked, and I'm obviously just speeding it up through this part because it does take some time to create these wing liners, but I think it makes this type of eye looks just look so much more well done and put together. So I really like doing this type of wings. Now I'm just using a makeup wipe to just clean up all of my messiness. That's why I said don't worry, because I haven't done my foundation yet at this point. So I did go ahead and apply mascara, and the lashes I'm using are the Iconic Lashes by House of Lashes. So now I just did that, and I actually went ahead and do my foundation and face off camera because I didn't want to make this video way too long. But for the lower lash line, I am using the shade Devious, the same shadow that I used on the crease, and I'm basically just applying it all over the lower lash line. Now I'm just blending that shadow out. Going back to my Viper palette, I am grabbing that matte green shadow and I will be applying it on the outer part of the lower lash line just so that the eye look comes together. And once I do that, I did go back to the small blending brush to make sure that the lower lash line is completely blended out. Next, with a small brush and a little bit of Fix Plus, I'm using the lime green shadow to apply it on my lower lash line towards the inner part of the eyes just to connect to the top. I thought that this would look so pretty, and it definitely did. Then I'm just using a black liner to outline the waterline and tightline. And for lips, I'm using an old lipstick by Maybelline. It's in the color 930. I thought that this was the perfect lipstick for this eye look because it's very nude and that way it doesn't crash with the eyes. But that is everything. Alright guys, so this is the final result. What do you think? I personally love how this eye makeup look turned out. I think it's pretty obvious just on the way how these eyeshadows look and they work on my eyes. I think this palette is honestly so beautiful. Definitely, I feel that Colourpop did nailed it this time with this eyeshadow palette. I not only love the packaging, I love all of the shades in the palette. Just look at the shadows. They are so freaking stunning and they were so pigmented. I had no issues blending the eyeshadows. I did have to use a different shadow as you saw from a different palette just because I needed a darker green matte shadow and this palette didn't have one. But just from all of the shimmers, I think those shadows are so freaking beautiful and they are so pigmented as you saw. Look at that. They are honestly so worth it. So if you want to get your hands on this palette, I say go for it. Do it now before it's not longer available. I know that Colourpop keeps coming out with so many different collections, but there was something about this palette that really spoke to me and I am really happy that I got it. I didn't want to get some other things from the collection, but I am on a budget, so I definitely couldn't pass on the palette and I totally recommend it. So that is everything for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Also, turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.